Ladies and gentlemen, now picture this. It is January 2026. You pull into a fuel station with 10,000 naira in your pocket. Now you're thinking this will actually cover your tank. But you see, as the nozzle ticks, you realize that it's not enough. Why? Because every single liter of petrol now costs 5%. It's not about inflation. Now it is a brand new tax. Or should I say, an old tax that has been brought back, an old tax system that has been brought back? Yes, that's what it is. It is no longer news that Nigerians will start paying 5% surcharge for fuel, thanks to the new Harmonized Tax Act. But what does this mean for you, for me, and our economy? Now let's unpack this on a step-by-step basis. Now here's the twist first. This so-called new tax is not actually new. It has been there. It was hidden in our law book since 2007 under the Federal Road Maintenance Act. Back then, it was supposed to fund our roads. But like many Nigerian laws, it actually was just there, dormant and forgotten. But fast forward to 2025, the Tinubu administration has dusted it up, polished it, and say, here, we have to put this into action from January 2026. So it is not actually new. But this time, I can tell you, the government means business. And I mean very serious business. Now, let's make it real. Because numbers are cold, but you see, stories, they actually sticks very longer. Now, if you're an average commuter buying, like, let's say, 60 liters a month, you have now extra 5% for each liter. Now, if you're a transporter, let's say you're using like 500 liters a week, you have extra 5% to be added to each liter. Now, and for the small business running a generator to power, let's say a barbing salon, a cyber cafe, a cold room, I want you to multiply that cost and watch as your profit will melt like wax. So here's the big question. Who carries this burden? The business owner, or is it you? Is it the passenger? Is it the consumer? I know you already know the answer because your guess is as good as mine. Now, this is what the government is saying. The government is saying that they need this money to fix our roads. And honestly, they are not wrong. Because around the world, fuel taxes are used for infrastructure. In the US, for instance, now, they have got the gasoline tax, which is directly used to fund highways. In South Africa, we have the fuel levies, which is used to finance roads. And even in the United Kingdom, there's what called the fuel duties that adds a lot of money to their treasury. So in principle, nothing is wrong with this particular outcome. The problem with Nigerians is not actually the tax, but it is a trust system. Because we've heard these songs before, where billions are budgeted for roads, yet there are potholes everywhere. So the question here is, will this 5% really be used to build our roads, or just to build some person's pockets? Let's place a typical scenario, winners and losers. Let's place it that way and see who are the winners. Let's say the losers actually first are the commuters, the transporters, the market women, the small businesses. Basically, all of us are part of the losers. Now, the winners, potentially, they are the governments, the various government hierarchy, maybe also road contractors, those who are involved in building roads, having contracts to build roads, which means more contracts for them. But do you think we are going to see these winners on the highways, or we are only going to see them in their high offices? Of course, the labor union are not good with this. The labor union are not actually keeping quiet. The TUC have already called this a systemic economic wickedness. And honestly, they are right. You don't blame them for this, because from fuel subsidy to rising cost of inflation to multiple taxes and also to fuel surcharge, it is like piling bricks on a man already crawling, which is abject wickedness. You see, this could actually trigger strike, protest, and maybe an altercation between the government and the street. But you see, there's a silver lining which everybody must also take note of. Now, here's the silver lining. Not every fuel is actually taxed. Fuels like LPG, CNG, kerosene, and clean energy sources are exempted from this tax. Could this be a push by the governments for us to embrace a more cleaner and cheaper energy? Let's take a look at India. They're actually scaling up in CNG buses. They are scaling up in CNG buses. Kenya is moving fast into electric mobility with tax breaks. Now, even here, more Nigerians are cooking with gas because it is cheaper and cleaner. So maybe, just maybe, this painful task could actually spark a green revolution. The question is, are we actually ready to seize this chance? Are we ready to seize this opportunity? It's a question you need to answer. So here we are, a 5% surcharge that could either fix our roads or break our backs. A tax that could either push us deeper into hardship or push us towards a cleaner energy for the future. But let's make it personal. When this surcharge kicks in, what will you cut off? What will you cut back? Is it your transport fare, your food, your feeding, or entertainment? And more importantly, would you consider switching to a gas-powered or electric option instead of using fuel? Send me your thoughts and your stories, because this conversation is not just about taxes. It is about how we are going to survive and adapt as Nigerians. And also, don't forget that until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and remember, every liter carries more than just fuel. It carries tax. My name is Providence, and this is Clockwise.